I've been in the habit of hoarding various ephemera for a very long time now. Clothing tags, ticket stubs, cards, papers, brochures, magazine clippings. I've stuffed boxes and drawers full of them over the years. For a while, I didn't even know why I was saving them or what I would do with them, and I ended up having to throw a lot of the collection out because it was quite large. I finally decided a while ago that I would start some kind of journal for them, but I didn't really know how to start that. Even after watching video after video on art journals and junk journals and scrapbooks, I still can't get my brain around how to make any of that actually look good in real life. But I've started doing it anyway. An important lesson which I've talked about before and which I'm still trying to learn is that the things I create don't have to be good for me to enjoy creating them. So I rounded up my craft supplies and a bunch of these scraps that I've found myself inexplicably incapable of throwing away over the years, and I set to work. I don't have energy to do much. I have to work in short bursts between long periods of rest, and I have to go slowly when I am working, which becomes increasingly hard the more invested I get in a project, but I have to remind myself that there's no rush. Nobody is counting on me to finish my little scrapbook. This is just for me. I can take my time and enjoy the light in my window, the smell of my favorite candles, and the tactile comfort of rustling paper. Winter has been a little shy this year, just like fall was, but it's coming along slowly but surely. The solstice is coming up. The days are short, the nights are long, and the cold is creeping in. Winter comes with plenty of worries and discomforts, but in here it's warm and cozy. This is a place for me to relax and let my mind rest a little, and I hope I can share some of that feeling with you too. I didn't manage to cover the whole process in this video, but you'll get to see the finished pages at the end, and hopefully you can enjoy these little glimpses along the way. I really liked these pages as I was putting them together, but of course when I went back online and looked at the scrapbooks and journals other people were making, I started to feel bad because everything I saw was prettier or neater or cooler than mine. This kind of self-doubt is something that's been with me for as long as I can remember, and I suspect it'll probably be with me for the rest of my life too. But it doesn't hold me back quite as much now as it used to, and I'm hoping it'll hold me back even less in the future. It's something I have to keep working on, a lesson I have to keep learning. Just like I'm learning how to scrapbook and make art and make videos, all things I wouldn't have even tried doing in the past. It doesn't matter if I'm doing it slowly or even badly, I'm still doing it. There is something really special about making things with your hands. I don't mean to sound like an old person, but in this time where so many of us are spending so much of our time online, I just think we tend to forget that. I don't know what it is exactly. Making things on a screen can be special too. Of course, that's what I'm doing when I put my videos together. But there is a very specific satisfaction that comes from making things in the real world. I think what I'm doing here is special in particular because I'm using a lot of items that are meaningful to me, most of which I would have eventually had to throw away because I couldn't just hold on to gigantic piles of scraps for the rest of my life. Here I'm taking things like tags from clothes I love, clippings from old magazines, pressed herbs from my garden, a box from a gift my girlfriend gave me, extra pictures from a gift I gave my girlfriend, and a card from one of my favorite candles. And I'm putting them together with things that look and feel nice to me in a book that I'll keep for years. I want to make this something that I'll really enjoy looking back at later, flipping through the pages and rediscovering all these little scraps and hidden letters to myself, and remembering how I felt when I made it. In the end, I'm actually pretty happy with how these first pages turned out. They aren't perfect or exactly how I pictured them in my head, but I can already see a little improvement with each page. I'm already planning out my next pages, and I'm trying to stay focused on how I want them to look instead of how I think people on the internet would want them to look. What I really want is to be able to make things the way I did when I was a kid again. That blind creative passion, working straight from my heart, just having fun and expressing myself in whatever way I'm feeling at the moment. It's just a scrapbook. It's not that serious, and I can do whatever I want with it, no matter how messy or silly or ugly it is. So here are the pages I finished this time around. Let me know what you think, and let me know what projects you're working on this winter. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe and keep loving each other.